to be under the judiciary, or we need a word police to police us.
Okay, Kris
because the activities of our politicians is becoming unbearable. But what is really exciting is the debate surrounding our nation. We're going to be free. Is that we're going to reform the judiciary, or we're going to need external help? A very good morning to you all. A very, very good morning. I can imagine that many of you are still waking up from the hangover of yesterday. Yesterday was a very, very difficult evening for every one of us as Nigerians as we watched the Super Eagles beaten in that fashion. One, I think the coach should disappear. He is so lazy, because I found I didn't see any wisdom benching Osimhen at that very, very. I was surprised. So the moment we came back, I know we lost, because Osimhen alone was a threat. Whether he's there, whether Osimhen run after the ball, you don't understand the importance of that guy. You know, and I'm surprised that there was no single creative player. Osimhen is meant to finish the ball. Who is going to drag the people? Who's going to call the players away? I'm sorry that the coach later brought in Simon. Simon, who would have been there from the beginning, at least to drag in the players to the left hand wing and maybe then pull the ball out, because there was no creativity in the field. And that's why we lost. It's a shame. Anyway, I'm very sorry about that. But let's start with a very beautiful song, because if not be one, it could be another one. So for me, I choose not to cry. So I choose to smile. So because it was a very bad night. So I'm going to just try and share one music with you. And thanks to this man, FCT minister. He always have a way of making us busy. So let's listen to FC minister. I like this track. I am not a fool. I am a soldier. I am not a fool. I am a soldier. I am not. You got it, man. Come on. I am not a fool. I am a soldier. Are you a fool? It's a question for Nigerians today. Are you a soldier with integrity? That is a wake-up call, man. I love it too, man. I am not a fool. I am a soldier with integrity. Yes, my people. Let's get it there. Let's run it up. Let's run it up. Today, you see, today it's a very wonderful day in the studio that I come up. I said I'm going to entertain you like this every day before we get into the difficult topics of the day. That Wike, thank you very much. I don't know, we're going to miss Wike. You know, Wike is like that kind of. I don't know whether you grew up in the village. You know, it's where we're growing up. In fact, it's not only your parents that discipline you. If you do anything wrong, one of these uncle catch you. You get the beating before you get home, and when you get home, you get the biggest one. You know, things you guys are lucky, young man. Anyway, Wike just grew up in that time. He's used to that kind of level of primitive discipline. Who said it's primitive? It works for us then, and why not? Well, today, my people, I want us to take a look at a very, 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 very critical topic. And, you know, every day, sometimes why I come in here is if I don't think I have anything to offer you, I won't be here. Today, I just didn't understand why our government choose to be midwives, not mothers. It's a very deep word. Have you seen a midwife and a mother? Let me bring this concept in quickly. I think this is the kind of, this tells the story a little bit more. This is the relationship between a midwife and the mother. The mother is the one that carries the baby, she owns the baby, but the midwife will help you to put to bed. They are very both important in the life, in the process of bringing a child to the world. But the question is, when the child is brought to the world, the job of the midwife is done. It is now the duty of the mother. And who owns the child is the mother. Who tells the child what to do is the mother. It's not the midwife. You can't discipline somebody else's child. Yes, you have to bring the child to the world. So I want to talk about that in a very deeper concept today. What brought me to this was I listened to President Olusegun Obasanjo. In fact, it's one of the most inspiring messages I've ever got from a Nigerian leader. And I felt we should take time to reflect on the Obasanjo's time as president. And I said, as at this time, I just went online and I saw President Obasanjo with the then George Bush of America. You know, the relationship was more of a father and son. Because Obasanjo will tell you, am I your mate? You know, he has that way of communicating with them. They respected him so much. And that is the same age Tinubu has now. Unfortunately, we don't have that kind of image. And the question to Tinubu is why. I have an image of you. And I felt, Tinubu, maybe you should take time to sit with Obasanjo. I think I had an image too of Tinubu and Obasanjo when they were sharing some little knowledge. Both Yoruba and I talk to each other. Obasanjo, forgive him. He's already president. Let's work with him for this remaining few years, just for the interest of the country. We need some help. Obasanjo recounted that there was a time in Nigerian history. I won't even be talking much of it because I think I will let the video play for itself. And I want you to watch this video carefully. For those of you that will ever watch this show, now and in time to come, listen to what Obasanjo said in this video. It is very important and it will form the basis of our discussion today. And I brought another video which I thought I would share with you first. You know, funny enough, I think we should use that video first. Let me remove this one first. Obasanjo, thank you very much. You know, I went on, I'm the type that work with all this social media, all this AI stuff. And I was asking ChatGPT, how did the Chinese people dealt with the issue, dealt with corruption in their country? They said, they don't want to talk about it. He said, there are some questions you ask ChatGPT, they say, I don't want to talk about that. You understand? So that is the kind of question. But luckily, there's a young man that actually talked to us about it. So let's listen to this guy first. It's very important, Nigeria. I am not looking at, I want you to be very careful to listen to what I have to say today because this is very important, especially what the Chinese guy have to say.
Of corruption. We got rid of most of it. Death sentence. Yeah. They're like, oh, money laundering. Oh, it's just money. I didn't kill anyone. Death sentence. Because money collectively does more damage than it brings good. Even though you might not kill anyone, you indirectly kill millions, if not billions. So when it comes to money corruption specifically, death sentence. And that's how they got rid of corruption in China. I'm not saying all of it's gone because we're humans. But yeah, that's how they did it.
See, and this is some of the things I've been talking about. You know, I'm not advocating for death sentence. But the line I want you to take from there is that corruption will kill more people than the person that actually practiced it intended. You might have taken the money and you think you've done well. Maybe you even go and buy biscuit and share for the people. But you've actually killed millions than Boko Haram. That was why I was asking, who are the Boko Haram in the society? The people stealing our money are killing us in millions. And I want you to listen to what this guy said again. He said, even if you are not...
Do you want to know how China got rid of corruption?
Listen.
We got rid of most of it.
Okay.
Death sentence.
Death sentence.
Yeah. They're like, oh, money laundering. Oh, it's just money. I didn't kill anyone. Death sentence. Because money collectively does more damage than it brings good. Even though you might not kill anyone, you indirectly kill millions, if not billions.
That's the line I want to do. Even though you didn't kill anyone physically, you have indirectly killed millions, of, if not billions. And that's why you deserve the death sentence. And I want us to understand that. So sometimes I think our people don't even understand the gravity of the money they take away from the society. And the sad thing is they won't even use it. Some of them are not used at all. So with this kind of, and if we can remove that from the system, because when I talk about the topic of today, I don't think it will make sense if I don't address that little topic of, because the topic of today is why our government used to be midwives, not mothers. You're telling me, because I'm going to listen to Ambassador, I want all of us to listen to Ambassador so that we can talk in context. Because these two videos will play and play and play in our head today. And let us not be joking about it. Let's be sincere. Let's be sincere one another. So let us listen to Olusegun Obasanjo. Very important.
About the situation of cement in Nigeria. And I woke up at 4 a.m. I couldn't sleep. Then I waited till 5 a.m. I phoned Aliko Dangote. Aliko was in Lagos, I was in Abuja. And I woke him up. I said, Aliko, what are you doing? He said, what should a gentleman be doing at 5 a.m.? He should be sleeping. I said, well, I have no apologies for waking you up. Can you see me at 7 a.m.? He said, Mr. President, it's bad enough that you wake me up at 5 a.m. But for me to see you at 7 a.m. when I'm in Lagos and you are in Abuja, and the first flight is 7 a.m., it is impossible. I said, what time can you see me? He said, 9 a.m. And he came at 9 a.m. Okay. When he came, simple question. I said, Aliko, why are you importing cement and not producing cement? And he said to me, do you want an honest answer? I said, if I call you here, I want an honest answer. That's why I've called you.
Yes.
He said, because it's more profitable for me to import cement and sell than for me to produce cement, which is an honest answer. Then I asked him the second question. I said, what can I do to make you produce cement? He said again, you want an honest answer? I said, yes.
Please.
He said, make it unprofitable for me to produce cement as it is profitable for me to import cement and sell. Again, I haven't got where I was, or he was leading me. I said, how do I do that? He said, tie my importation of cement with my production of cement. My head got it. I said, you can go. I called my minister for industry, who also came from the private sector. I said, look, I've had this discussion with Aliko. Come and go and work it out. So Aliko then planned to produce 5 million tons of cement a year. Huh? Since we started producing cement in 1956 up to 2003, we've never produced 5 million tons. So when Aliko made that, the people in the ministry said, he's telling a lie. He was making it up. I said, all right, let's see how his lie will work. So I put 2 people in Aliko's construction site, and they are reporting to me every day. The day Aliko, the contractor, did not work, they will phone and tell me. And I will immediately phone Aliko. So one day Aliko came to me and said, Mr. President, I'm getting worried about you. What have I done? You know about this cement project more than myself. And it is not a government project. I'm getting worried about you. I say, hey, my brother Aliko, this is a Nigerian project. So anything Nigeria is a government project. Not only did Aliko succeed in the first 5 million, he succeeded in the second 5 million. He succeeded in the third 5 million. I started taking him out to other countries in Nigeria and Africa. I took him to Tanzania. I took him to Senegal. That's how Aliko made it. Partnership between the private and the public. Partnership between...
All right. Thank you. And I'm happy the video stopped there. And I want to give courtesy of this video to Channels Television. Channels, thank you very much for this wonderful work. And I think I cannot thank Channels Television more than this. I'm using it as, it's very important in my storytelling today. And there's nothing that would have helped me to actually drive my point better than what Obasanjo and Dangote did here. And don't forget that, Kris, I'm a critical person. I may not completely agree with the model, but I want to thank Obasanjo for one, and I want Nigerians to take note of this, that every single of our leaders, they do not, sometimes they really want to help us. You know, I came on this show and I said, don't you think if Obasanjo knew what to do, he would have done it? If Tinubu knows what to do that will save Nigeria, he will do it now. He won't even look back. Buhari would have done it. Good luck would have done it. So let us try to understand our problem from that light. That one, the leaders may have good intention, but they may not be knowledgeable enough, or the approach may be wrong. It doesn't mean that they are evil. I can never sit up and say Obasanjo is an evil man. Obasanjo, I don't like you because what you did to fella. I'll keep saying it. Other than that, maybe God will help you. And I said to you, go and apologize to the family. Maybe they will be able to forgive you, and then we will be able to live on. That's personal. It's a personal thing. Because you could do it to me tomorrow, and anybody could do that to me. So other than that, Obasanjo is a great man. He was a great leader. And like I said, when you see Obasanjo's second term in office, that is see a leader in office, a leader in power. You understand? And he was leading. Obasanjo lead well. And he said, I remember the very word he said, sir. He said, it's time for us to do things differently. And I agree with you, sir. Thank you very much, Robert, for all you did. And thanks, Judge Bush, for that beautiful time. Good to see your fine faces now. Imagine how old they are now. Look how young they were. Well, see, that is what that brought this concept of today, which I call the midwives and the mother. In what Obasanjo described, all I could see there is a concept of government choosing to be midwives, not the mothers. And the thing I cannot understand is this. Why do our government choose to be midwives? Because if you know a midwife, look at that. A midwife helped to bring the baby. You see, who owns the baby? Who carries the baby? Is the mother. Dangote was the mother. Dangote owns the cement factory. He's the one that imports. He's the one that does the job. Like the mother is the one that went to bed. Knock, 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 baby don't come. So it's not easy. First, it's open leg, belly enter, then it's now carrying the baby with joy, but with pains. And then it's the midwife that comes to say, okay, whatever you need, this is what you need to do. This will help your head. This is not good for you. Like Obasanjo did to Dangote, which led to the production of cement in Nigeria. Success story, you might say, but for me, it's not a success story. It is partly a success story, and that is where the Kris comes in. It's a beautiful story. And I'm going to tell you why it is not a beautiful story in total. Why Obasanjo's effort, as good as his intention were myopic. And I'm going to try and analyze that. When I talk about, let's take a look at this mother and this midwife. Who owns the baby? No, by the time this baby is put to bed, a baby, because the result is a baby will be born. Who owns the baby is the woman, not the midwife. The midwife have no power over that baby. It's what the mother will tell the baby, go here, train the baby. It's the one that is the mother of the baby. He's the one that have authority. That's why we speak the mother's tongue. Women, all this stuff they talk, men not do. But the child will speak the mother's tongue. It's very important to understand it, that the child will speak the mother. So at the end, when the baby is born, the baby belongs to the mother. No matter the effort of this midwife, you cannot tell the baby what to do. Exactly what happened with Dangote. Obasanjo contributed to the success story of Dangote cement factory. Was Obasanjo able to tell Dangote how much he should sell the cement? Was he able to determine what goes on afterwards? The answer is no, you cannot, because you're not the mother of that baby. And no matter how good it is, you might be able to influence Dangote while you're in office. When you're gone, what happened? So exactly what I'm saying. The only question I ask, and which is where I'm going, is why did Obasanjo choose to be a midwife, not the mother? Being a mother, Obasanjo, one would have expected that Obasanjo would just say, okay, now that we have a problem with cement, why don't we go into cement manufacturing? Why don't the government of Nigeria go into cement manufacturing? If we set up 10 cement factories and begin to manufacture cement, Obasanjo does not have the money to do so. Then why did he not? That is the thing I don't understand. Why did he not? Now, as I was going through the story, they told me all the things, the bad experience. Of course, this is where Atiku made money. Atiku just finished privatizing the whole companies in Nigeria. Why would the government even think of manufacturing? Because that was the biggest failure of Obasanjo's government. And Obasanjo was so bitter with Atiku at the end of the day. They're going to tell the story at the end of the day. The two of them will tell us the story one day. But Obasanjo, he's an old man. He will tell you. He said what he knew about Atiku. Handing power over to Atiku would have been the most evil thing he has ever done to Nigeria. And I agree with the man. But you guys didn't understand that the biggest mistake or the biggest failure of Obasanjo's government was that privatization. I give credit to Aliko Dangote. Thank you, Aliko, for what you've been doing and what you continue to do. You are the success story. You are actually better than the Nigerian government. As it is, because Nigerian government couldn't do a thing. They have to call on you. And this is it. The question I ask you is, why did he call on Aliko Dangote? Because Aliko Dangote was already importing the cement. And you cannot blame Obasanjo, because this is what he knew, or this is what he thought would be best. Because you can tell stories of how many Nigerian companies that have folded up. In space of time, they are not good. They only bring losses to the state. The question I ask you is, why are we experiencing all those losses? Now, but Obasanjo did one thing. He's the one that said it. And that is the part I want to share with you. And I had that one written down. And this is what I want to say. Listen to it. The most electrifying part of this story is that, see, the biggest lesson is President Obasanjo is personal involvement in the matter. Exactly what I've been saying when I call on President Tinubu and Governor Oboriwori. This is your personal involvement. I want to create an enabling environment. That's where I'm going. You want to create an enabling environment, because what Obasanjo did was he created an enabling environment for cement manufacturing for Dangote. This is it. That is what you all keep using. That is the language. All the Nigerian government, all the local people, the fools, and the ones that know what they do, most of them don't even know the meaning. That is what it is. They create an enabling environment. The enabling environment, sir, my question is this. If you've created an enabling environment, my question now is, what is your personal involvement? Do you just create an enabling environment and expect it to happen? No, this is what Obasanjo did. He did not just sign a paper policy and hope for the best. He monitored it. He followed up. He ensured that the private projects which serve a public goal did not fail. Kai. Why I thank Obasanjo for all this effort? My question is, had Obasanjo opened cement factories and monitor it, the way he was able to send people to Dangote, he now sent his personal people to go and monitor the factory. With the EFCC, then you dare not misbehave. Don't you think that factory would have been a success story for Nigeria? Do you think Dangote will be able to do what Nigerian government can do? Are you out of your mind? How can you equate Dangote to the government of Nigeria? It's not your government. Oh. There are certain things you come to me and tell you, go to your government. Because I'm not your government and I will never be your government. Don't deceive yourself. So, at what point does the Nigerian government really going to take responsibility, which Obasanjo failed to do? Obasanjo, no matter how beautiful your story is, I'm angry with you today. Because whatever effort you use to support Dangote, that effort would have created a minimum of 7 or 10 cement factories in Nigeria. And those factories would have been a success story. In fact, the same way you said you took him around to go and set up factories, Nigerian government would have been telling him, this is how we did our own. We can open cement factories. There's nothing wrong. If Nigerian government, like I keep saying, if Nigerian government have a business, even outside Nigeria, the British government, the AT&P I told you of, was a part of a British company, government company, run by some private people in that aspect of Nigeria during the colonial time. The British government was directly involved in those businesses. Obasanjo, my question is, that's my question of today. Why did the government of Nigeria choose to be midwives, not mothers? Obasanjo chose to be a midwife and not a mother. And that is what we are suffering today. Now, Dangote is a typical businessman. After small cement factory, he may see something else, he will go into that. Now you expect Dangote, the same Dangote to do sugar, only Dangote to do, now he has come up with refinery. Maybe Dangote will start the farms. He will start to set up schools. He will start to set up sports facilities. Are you people sick? Is the Nigerian government sick? And this story is still what we are hearing till tomorrow. Go and call Dangote. Call Dangote. When you don't have anything, you call Dangote. What a shame, man. You see, you know, everybody knows that I'm a big fan of Dangote. But Dangote, I won't give you that kind of responsibility because you don't need it. If I ask Dangote, what are you going to do with this money? He doesn't even need the money at some point. He's only hearing it here. I have to some amount of money. Does he spend it? No. Dangote will not spend 10% of his money on earth. He won't spend it. He's making it for you. So Dangote, I'm saying, you don't need it. It's better Nigeria owns that money. But you cannot be held responsible for the stupidity, for the lazy acts of our Nigerian government. Now, let's take a look at it from another angle. I know many of you will not understand what I'm trying to say. So you're going to argue with me. I know in the UK or in other part of the world, I probably be called a communist. Maybe if that is it, so be it. But there is no government in the Europe that is not having element of social democracy. There's that element of that socialism bringing to make things work so that government can embark on some project, not only for profit. The government need to make money to sustain it. Look at what I'm saying. Government need to make money to sustain it. So you don't do it like a charity. It must be run and make profit. But the profit will not be like Dangote. These are two things I want to talk about. Let's talk about that first. Government going into that cement factory, the primary aim will be to make sure we don't spend money importing cement. That was supposed to just hang out. There was not enough cement in the country. That was his frustration. Now, that will be number 1 and 2. And number 2 will be to make profit and expand because if I start it, the company must expand itself. That's why I'm angry with my company presently. I cannot be investing every day, investing and not getting anything. No, I'm going to stop it. If I don't stop it, then it's my fault. Obasanjo would have done the same thing, the same power, the same energy he pumped into monitoring Dangote. He would have used it and he would have been able to make cement made in Nigeria by the Nigerian government, making profit in Nigeria, employing Nigerian people. Now, the excuse was because of the corruption in our system that it was not going to work. And I was just saying to myself, really? Corruption? Otherwise, there's nothing else. Opposite, you had the EFCC. And this is why I bring in the Chinese model, which I shared with you first today. No. See,
so when it comes to money corruption specifically, death sentence.
That's it.
And that's how they got rid of corruption in China. Yes. I'm not saying all of it's gone because...
You see, what is important here is, if you listen to what the guy is saying here, now, all you need to do is monitor corruption, which Obasanjo did. You set up the EFCC. You see, I think the problem is this. You see how this Baba fall down here. Very good video. Who made it? Who put this thing together? God will bless you. And the good you put Tinubu here to listen. You see, the problem is not corruption. The problem with this president on Obasanjo was not corruption. If Obasanjo was not making money from oil, if oil money was not dropping on his lap, the man would have thought of another way to make money. Let me repeat that. Had there been no oil money coming to Obasanjo, where was he going to have money to support Dangote? You are talking now. No. Where was the money coming from? That was why you were quick to pursue Ibori and all the other people from South when they were asking for resource control. Because that was where your eyes, you see, Nigerian government, your problem is you people are so focused on oil that you become so stupid to yourself. You became a problem to yourself. Now you do not understand where your problem is. Why will I, as a government, support a private person to run a factory and I don't have money? Whereas I have all the facilities, I have all the power to make those to make those cement, and Nigerians will buy it. Why will I want to go and give it to a private person? Why will I not do it for the country and make money for the country? But no, I'm making enough money from oil. That was the problem. Now, I'm not going to be too angry with Obasanjo because the Baba means well. Now, to the limit of his knowledge. Now, this oil is a problem to us. This oil is actually a problem to the Nigerian state. And we need to wipe it out. I don't know whether God needs to take the oil away so that we can start to see where. See, now that we lost yesterday match, our eye don't clear now. If we win yesterday for the dance, I said it again that the team was a total failure. That Nigerian team, this Nigerian current team, they are total failure. Like when they removed this boy, this midfielder, they call him a creative midfielder. I never saw one creative thing you did in that place. No wonder you are in Fulham. I'm not the type that will actually come out and criticize the footballer. But no wonder you didn't do well. That's why you are playing in Fulham. Iwobi was the total failure. Have you seen Okocha in the pitch in those days? Okocha will move. You see, the problem you don't understand is a creative player, as you run with the ball, as you do one or two things, you've disorganized the defense. Then, that's only when Osimhen will be free. There was no single creativity in that Nigerian field. No single one. I was thinking they're going to bring even Simon from the left wing to run with the ball and play some creative, and he's dragging people. So Osimhen was overmarked. What do you expect him to do? And the stupid coach later removed him. That was the end of the game. Did you see Nigeria shoot any ball at the goal during the second half? Do we shoot any ball into that net? You know, only Osimhen's presence was a threat to any team anywhere in the world. How can you have that kind of player? You go and bench him. That guy should not come back. Anyway, let's talk about Nigerian economy today. And I'm so angry because I watched the match yesterday. I canceled my show yesterday only to watch that match, and that's what I got. We're supposed to be happy. I'm supposed to be happy. Anyway, let's go. So Nigerians, what I'm saying is, Obasanjo had all the instruments to stop. You see, what was so interesting was Obasanjo had every instrument to set up factory, monitor it, and make money for Nigeria, employ Nigerians. And today, that cement factory would have been a success. If Dangote want to do more factory, I won't be supporting others to do it. Or the worst case is Dangote come. This business is a Nigerian and you. not only you. I want to ask Obasanjo, what is the stake of the Nigerian state in that business? If I'm going to risk the country for you to be successful, what would be in the interest of the country? In Nigeria, have 60% of it, and then they have 40%. Now you are importing. Okay, God, I like your experience. Bring your experience in. I'll bring in 60% in. Let us work. But you allow the private sector to run it. And now it's Dangote's business. It's not Nigerian business. And whether you like it or not, you might not like what I say, but this is the failure of the Nigerian state. Obasanjo was able to afford that because he was getting money from oil. But let's take a look at another thing. I know, and I want to drag this matter to most of your governors, those of them watching me now. And unfortunately, guys, I'm not in your nose. I'm too big for you. Trust me. I don't think like you because I think beyond you. Now, the same thing. I watched something yesterday, and I don't want to talk about it because it's my brother that owns that place. And I saw every state now, they are now actually, so I can talk about it because I saw that Osun State actually have a free trade zone. So I want to talk about the free trade zone to some extent. You see, I'm happy that that my governor was there to open the place. And I ask, and I'm going to ask the two of them. They are my brothers. Can you run a free trade zone? The answer is no. Can a private person run a free trade zone? You don't even need it. I always say to people that it is better to be a part of a $1 billion business than and hold only 10% of a $1 billion business than to hold 100% of 100 million of 100,000 business. I have 100,000 business, but I own 100%. But I have 10% of 20 billion business. Which one is better? And that is exactly where I come in. We're sometimes very stupid. We're trying to gather things we don't need. And the government is so blind not to understand that the private sector cannot do it. Not in the Nigerian current economic situation. And sometimes when I talk, they want to compare us to the UK. They want to compare us to America, to Canada. Are you out of your mind? Let me give you some little statistics. So those of you who are so uneducated to think well, let's think along that line. You want to compare Nigeria to US, to UK? Let me give you one statistics. Now, as at mid-2024, now in Nigeria, listen, the Central Bank of Nigeria was lending money to the commercial bank at 24.75%. If the Central Bank of Nigeria even give this money out, is that not killing the system already? The system is dead. So you give banks, commercial bank at 24.75%. Then bank in other turn, what will they do? The banks in Nigeria will now, with the road risk and everything, they now give out at 28 to 35%. Now, can you blame the commercial bank for renting, for giving loan? I'm talking of loan. For giving loan at 28.33 or to 30, that's the range in Nigeria today. If you have a high risk, they give you at 40%. If somebody give you a loan at 40%, meaning if you borrow 1 million, you pay 1.4 million. Are you out of your mind? How are you going to pay that money? Now, in the UK, the highest, if they will not give to you, if you will get a loan, it will not be more, maximum 8%. 8. I'm saying the language 8%. Now, what I'm trying to say is that let me put myself out. So you see me. The core language is Nigerians don't have access to finance. We don't. So how can I be creative, or how can I take advantage of your enabling environment? I don't want to use the bad word now. How can I take advantage of your enabling environment? Tinubu, how can I take advantage of your enabling environment? Governors, how can we take advantage of your enabling environment when we don't have access to finance? You call this access to finance? For me to borrow money at 40%. Oh, before I start a business, I should go and work and raise the money first. Then can you see how we're stupid? Which reasonable person is going to think of an idea and think of how to raise the money first before he starts? So I have to go and work for some part of my life to raise the money and then come and start a business. maybe we need to understand what we call economy. You vote some idiot into office and you call them governors and presidents and even the ones they appoint, the technocrats in Nigeria. I'm confused. I'm wondering if I'm talking to Nigerians, these most intelligent people they say we are on it. How do you expect people to take advantage of an enabling environment with a bank borrowing you at 33%? Have you been to Nigerian commercial banks lately? They are always well, they are doing well. Because at the end of the day, the foreign exchange was helping them because they were able to make some money from foreign exchange. So if you're going to get money, Central Bank will give you money, at the CBN will give you some dollars in those days. You'll be able to sell some and make money. So you don't even need to go anywhere to make money. Or you give that loan at that exorbitant rate. What do you expect? The businesses are failing, you are claiming people's property, whereas you are growing. That is the story of our time. And I'm gonna offend so many people. That's what I do. That's my job. My job is to make you angry, to make you uncomfortable. Hopefully you wake up one day and you say that Kris said it. And I'm asking Tinubu, if you listen to what Obasanjo just said here, you were clapping for him in this beautiful thing. I'm sure you were there. If he was not there, those of you who were there that clapped for Obasanjo, I won't be clapping for him. You hear what I said now? I'll be asking him, Baba, why didn't you set up the factory yourself? Why did you call on Dangote to do it? When Obasanjo was making enough money from oil, he cannot be bothered. Yeah, he cares, but he can't be bothered. He's making enough money from oil. Why don't he concentrate on oil and then allow Dangote to do that? That would have been interesting. The government may not be able to do all, but the government of Nigeria is all of us. That's why you have how many ministries that are dead. You said you called somebody, your minister who was from the private sector, that your minister from the private sector could not run a factory. And we pay them. In fact, all the Nigerian ministers should be sacked today. If I call, you will define your job, sir. Because your job is not to go to executive meeting and come and sit in your fat offices. There is a president that have a problem. We are importing cement. You know the last thing we saw? I'm going to relate it to this one. In that time, we were importing cement. He was worried. He called on Dangote rather than setting up a cement factory. The last time we heard, I was so mad on my show here. The president of Nigeria said we have no food. This is the reversal. The food in the country was not too much. So Tinubu opened the door, the floodgate for food to come in. And we spent about 10 billion importing food into the country. Now clap for yourself. So the price of food has gone down because the president has opened the door. And other Nigeria will see it as a good thing. But Tinubu, you are the greatest cause. In fact, I'm angry with Obasanjo, who actually started the production with the private sector. But you are the greatest cause for opening our door for more food to come in. When we could have been producing food. The last time you heard, when they said there's shortage of food, did your president start to make food? Did we improve agriculture? Did we start to manufacture food? He said he just signed paper now. Now he's signing paper. Because una go thank us. And I talk deep. I'm not just a critic. I don't just come here to talk about what is going on in the country. I bring facts. I bring things that you need to see. How can a government say there is no food? The first thing he thought of is to open the border so that food will flow in. Which money are you spending? Because Tinubu have enough money from oil. If there was no money from oil, wouldn't they have gone to farm? And so I want to talk from two angles this way. That we lack the vision to be mothers and say, I want to be a midwife. It would have been a good thing to be a midwife. In the British economy, it will work. Because if I have an idea, I can definitely access finance in the UK to do whatever I want to do. If I behave well, I work, and I have a good credit rating, there's no amount of money I want to borrow in the United Kingdom that I will not be able to borrow. I'm not borrowing because I'm not accessing finance because of my credit rating, which is my own problem. But if you have a good credit rating in the UK, you will access finance to do whatever you want to do. The question is, Do you have that in Nigeria? If you have an idea to do a business today, can you walk into the bank and borrow money? So where are you? How does the enabling environment that your president is making, or that your governor, what they call him now, Oborowori is creating an enabling environment for business, is constructing roads so that business will succeed. But they make me laugh. Wait, who be the person who want to do the business? This is the irony of it. Who is the person Oborowori is creating the environment for? He's creating it for Chinese people to come, not for you, because you don't have money to do the business. Talk to me. Do you have it? See, this is the thing I'm saying. Your government is creating an enabling environment for your business to succeed. But who are the people that are going to do the business? Do Nigerians have the money? Do people in the Delta State have the money to do the business, even if they have the idea? Now, where are the incubators? So if I can even incubate a business, how do I get money to sustain it? That's why you see many people loitering on the streets of Nigeria with great ideas. The ideas is dying, is dead, is going to remain dead until we have a change of mindset. Until we have a different leader who understand that to create an enabling environment is 2%. Access to finance is 50%. Then doing the job, monitoring it. The question I ask Obasanjo is, if you were able to send people, you are talking about corruption. That's why you were selling our properties. Thank you, you and Atiku. God will bless the two of now. Now, so you sold everything. Now, the question I ask is, if you have that energy to send two people to go and monitor Dangote's factory, why didn't you use those two people to monitor your own business? To monitor the business of the Nigerian state? No, you have enough money coming from oil. Shut up, sir. You're a waste of space. Complete waste of space. Don't think, you see, you were able to call on Dangote because Dangote have money. How many people is Dangote? How many people have money like Dangote? So what have you done? You see, you cannot compare the African economy to the British economy. You people just come and copy what you don't know. Oh, they created an enabling environment. Look at what happened here. Go and ask Chinese. Chinese government was participating in every business. They call it a social system, a socialist. But look at them today. They beat America now because the government will be there. They will participate in the business. I ask Oborowori, why can't Delta State have a farm? Now, when you wake up in the morning, you want to see where the farms are. What is happening? Where is the money coming from? You want to monitor it like Obasanjo did. Obasanjo did that for another, for a private sector. Then they worry us. We need help. Nigerians, we need help. The kind of help we need is going to be a sincere one. The one that we really need to be sincere with one another. We're not going to fight. The solution is not in the fight. We have some set of people. I was watching the interest. I know many of you that watch this interest who want to praise Obasanjo. He did well. They clap for him. He's a mugu. Nobody in his right frame of mind will use that energy to support a private sector when he could have created 10 factories. How much does Dangote have to create factories that Nigerian government don't have? If Dangote is relying on you to do, how can we be like this, man? Because Dangote have a little thing, a little experience, you tap on his experience. Sir, okay, now we're going to work with you. Dangote, this is your model. We're going to start this now. You've been importing. We don't need importation anymore. We're going to make one with you, make another one with you, and you make it open. Okay, I'm doing this time with Dangote in Lagos. Any of you here that can do this? You just around the country. You have enough. Now let's take the matter to the present time. When I talk now, I will verse. Your president, Tinubu, is now constructing roads from Lagos to Calabar, from Badagry to in one blessing land. Because when you be president at your time to spend money for your place, you're sick people, man. You're sick. See, it's not even one. When you say enabling environment, you need the infrastructure. A country that have no electricity, what kind of enabling environment is Tinubu creating? What kind of enabling environment is Oborowori creating? Whereas a country that is in darkness, you see, the first thing God created, he said, let there be light. Are you guys out of your mind? Look at the creation. The first thing God did was to separate darkness from the day, He bringing light so that the darkness will not have power over the light. He needed to see. Right now, we are still in darkness. Only Yaradua wanted to declare a state of emergency on our electricity. They warned him. Because of the man poor health, he couldn't handle it. From that time until now, we've been looking, we'll be dancing around the same place. We'll be dancing around the same place. A country that is in darkness. Obodori is constructing roads. Road that you don't, at the end of the day, you know what is so funny? They're going to go and put some street lights, and they call it solar. The same way you were able to bring the solar Obodori, you couldn't bring solar manufacturing electricity into the state. And this is the thing that confused me. You see, because Obodori is going to receive 40 billion at the end of the month. What does he care? Is Obodori to make money locally? No, he doesn't care. 40 billion is coming. Why would the bagger care? Listen, una go really deal with me. You have the force to deal with. By the time I'm settled, you, this government of Nigeria, you will deal with me. Because I just want you people to help us. We are in darkness. You're creating an enabling environment. The first enabling environment for me, if you really want to spend the country's wealth, would have been on electricity. Guess what? The people supplying us electricity. No, Nigerian don't even generate enough electricity. Not even to supply it. The transmission and the distribution is a failure. And now you privatize that. You let NEPA go. Oh, NEPA would have been a big success if Obasanjo has injected that level of care, of monitoring into that place. Of course, it doesn't matter now. One idiot was fitting very fast. Look at them now. The same people that manage NEPA and they are dead now. Some of them are still there now. They are weak. And they are in darkness. So they punish me, they punish themselves. Now all of us still, we're not going anywhere. That country is our own, we will stay there. See, we are living in a place where we allow mediocres. You see, there's something they say, that I care is not enough for in marriage. Love is not enough. You need, before you marry somebody, love is not enough. The ability to manage finance is number one before you marry a wife. Otherwise, in fact, there will be no love in the bedroom when there's no money. The thing go die, your dick go weak. When there's no food in the house, I said that bedroom you go see what it go happen. So you need a wife that can help you to manage the money. See, Nigeria, what I'm saying is, before you ever pick somebody as a president, as a governor, and you governor, before you appoint your pointing, look at whether the person have the knowledge to actually manage it. You see, that's why let's take a look at this. I'm going to do that tomorrow. You bring somebody, the former Nigerian Film Corporation, the boss was a medical doctor. What is a medical doctor doing as the head of the Nigerian Film Corporation? Thank God they brought Aliyu now. I don't know Aliyu's retraining and background. You see, sometimes, what did I say the other day? Even that despite Tinubu appointed, this is new, he appointed a criminal lawyer, a criminologist to head INEC. The business of INEC is not that of a criminal lawyer. It's that of administrative and constitution. So this is somebody you need to, I will bring in a constitutional lawyer with a lot of administrative background, a lecturer when the Nagofi run INEC. No, I'm talking now. This is about, if you don't take this seriously, that's why we are where we are. We are where we are because of these stupid decisions we make. And we are sentimental about it. You know, I cannot blame Obasanjo. Tinubu want to win the next election, so he's going to bring somebody. Tinubu, but there's so many people who work with you. In fact, we will beg you to come back if you make these right decisions. Oh, but what the campaign running? Who was going to take you out? It's a Roboton. Nobody was going to fight you. But right now, if I see an alternative, I'll be voting for that person. I've never voted for you anyway. So you can imagine. It's not because of who you are. It's not because of you or whatever you is. Because your policies are daft. And sometimes, and you see, the next time before I see now on my Robo television platform, now then they drop all your videos of what they don't do when that chart don't do. Make money. See that year chart now, how many hotels don't do? And the question is, what at the end chart you go see suffer? Because when this government fall, that your hotel you go sell it. You will soon sell it. It is better we make the country, we make the state successful, and everybody will benefit. See, the problem is this. Over the weekend, I was crying that Nigerians, I was crying about the level of investment. And I brought the story to the UK. And I was actually blaming most of us that we are cleaners, we are this, we are that. The low people in society, they don't have access to finance. If you just come to the UK, you need to stabilize yourself, get papers before you can access finance. You cannot just come in and you become a part of the system. Until you stay, you get papers, you have work, you have married for some time, then they know, oh yes, you can. You are now part of one of them. Then you can access finance in England. You can actually do so, and then you can do business. But what the new people coming, what they're going to do? They are not going to be slaves. No, they would have been working for those who are already established. Now, the brain I was crying about that day is that the finance, the money to do this kind of thing I was talking about, are in the hands of the politicians who store the money and they come and build houses they don't need. They buy houses they're not going to stay. And exactly what we are now. See, this is the problem in Nigeria. Yes, Obasanjo called on Dangote. Guys, how many people are like Dangote in Nigeria in terms of money? Dangote said it too. He said there are many Nigerians who have more money than him. Cash flowing than Dangote. What have they done with it? That's why I'm very upset. I don't want to talk now because if I talk, I'm going to cross line. And most of you watching me today, when you know that man in your place that only come during election and say, hey, I'm not going to hear in my place now, might be our boss. And I'm asking, sir, when are you going to get up and say, now it's my time to be Dangote for my people? Because government is today. You don't need to be government to be important. The only time we see you is when they're going to do elections, sir. Hey! Can you be Dangote? Can't you be Dangote for us? Meta for Kukure. Now Ruba speak there. Why are we doing this to ourselves? Why? Now, the problem in Nigeria is the poor people cannot access finance. Those people with the finance are only using it for the next election. They're going to bring the money when the election time is here. Because that's where their money is. I can understand that. But a society where you only live on elections, where is it going to lead you to tomorrow? And the only money that is funding your election is oil money. It's not that when you get there, you're going to make money. Oboriwari has been there now. Oboriwari must have fought to be the governor. He wants to be the governor the second time. All he has been spending is money coming from Abuja. Oil money. Sorry. The same with almost all of you there now looking at me, governors. You are the biggest shame of this 21st century. And you know what is so sad? We are no more living in the digital world. This is AI world. Do you understand that? People don't do things in the digital way anymore. In those days, we say we have an analog president in a digital democracy. No, we now have an analog president in an AI democracy. Do you understand how much we are behind? And AI is actually moving at a rate that you cannot, even those who are educated, the digital men cannot cope. How can you, an analog man, cope? So you need to listen, sir. And you need to educate yourself. Obasanjo did all he thought was right. It doesn't make him free. We need to drag him into this debate. Baba, the more you were able to praise yourself, and I sympathize and I empathize and I love your love for the country. finding a solution to an immediate problem, calling on Dangote, helping him to set up the factory, which is now a success story. My question is, why didn't you use it to set up factories? That would have been a success story for Nigeria today. Hi. You brag how you took him around. So you're talking about making a man. Dangote doesn't need that money. Like I said, Dangote, I'm talking to you. You're not going to spend 10% of your wealth before you die. What are you going to do with it? And you don't even know who will control it when you are no more here. Thank God you are a humble man. Unlike the rest who are using only all they know is buy private jets. Private jets. Akpa village food will buy private jets. Now, leave me alone, man. Go on a break. Now come back. We're going to talk. Listen, my people, I'm a very annoying person. Everybody knows that. So I'm not your friend, and I can never be your friend until it is turned around. When I come here with passion. I love Nigeria with all my heart. And I mean every little bit of it. And this is a great nation. We can do better. And we're going to do better. Let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we're going to wrap on what we say today. What we all can do, when I come to the end of my show, is what we cannot do. I've been identifying the problem. I've been annoying people. I've been making you angry. But the rest part of the show, perhaps I'll try and talk of what I think we can do. Of course, in fact, in between what I've been saying, you can see the solution. But I will spell it out in a way that so other people can too. So it doesn't look as if I'm a prophet or I only come to identify evil. No, it is possible to make it work. Like that's why I say, why did like if you see the topic, I made it. Why do we choose to be a midwife and not the mother? Let's go on a break.
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to SRTV Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious SRTV Real Estate family. Why choose us? Prime location, nestled in the heart of Lagos, close to key attractions, business hubs, and vibrant nightlife. Modern interiors, fully furnished, stylish apartments designed to provide the ultimate comfort. Luxury redefined, vacation perfected. 24/7 security. Enjoy peace of mind with round-the-clock security and CCTV surveillance. Top-notch amenities, high-speed Wi-Fi, smart TV, air conditioning, fully equipped kitchen, and lots more. Perfect for business travelers, family vacations, romantic getaways, special events, and more. Book your stay today and experience Lagos like never before. Call +234 8143 582856 or +447 4388 93190 or email us at realestate@superiortelevision.com. SRTV Shortlet Apartment, where comfort meets luxury.
Welcome back, people. In the building break, I was trying to respond to some of my calls and some of my messages, and yes, that's what we do. So the question is, why is our government actually choosing the path of midwifery and being a mother and the motherhood? And I can understand them, to be fair to them. The results have been sad. We have NNPC crumbled, Nigerian shipping line crumbled, the Nigerian Airways crumbled, Nigerian Electric Power, because Nigeria used to have a lot of cooperation, Nigerian shipping line, all of them dead. Now, I am sitting down here and I'm asking, if you ask to say, oh, we cannot manage, government cannot do business, government cannot manage business, is that true? Or government lack the discipline to do business? You see the problem. You lack the discipline to do business. It's not as if you cannot do business. Like Obasanjo did something now. He sent men to monitor it. You see, I think, again, I'm still going to believe that because you have free money coming from somewhere else, that is why you are not taking all these areas seriously. Nigeria is a country where the government can actually go into agriculture and feed the rest of the country and make a lot of money from export. But instead today, that's like something, they just say something in your ear, the money is coming. Let me tell you one thing. The UK government, the British government, from ordinary school, Nigeria is paying how much to every day we go on strike. That will tell you, let's see these two aspects. Let's see, very important aspect of our economy. The Nigerian universities. ASU is always going on strike. On strike on the government. For what? For salary that is not well paid. Salary is not high enough. And that is the story. We've been crying about that. All right, that is the still business the Nigerian government should handle, really, education. But however, in the UK, the universities are actually making £50 billion a year. That's why you have so many universities in the UK now as we speak. As we speak, there are so many universities in the UK. They are making money and paying tax to the government. But in Nigeria, we are the one going on strike for government not paying us. These are the areas we need to work on as a people. President Tinubu, thank you for learning that you've taken on board what Tony Blair did. You set up fund. If you are in school, you access those money. When you graduate, you pay back. I support it. Again, Tinubu, again, you see what I'm saying? It is lip service. You see, all the things you try to copy is lip service because you're getting money from oil. So this one is lip service. If not, if you want the Nigerian education to now work, you are now paying young people. A student going to school is now accessing maybe 1 million naira every year. He pays 500 for his school. He has 500 for himself. It's not a lot, but it will go a long way. On a good day, in fact, in the UK, let me tell you this. Our school fees as home students is 9,000. I've been through it too. 9,000 something is what we pay as school fees. 9,000 something pounds. That's about 18 million naira. We pay as school fees. Then the government will give you, as a student, 12,000 pounds, about 13,000 pounds really. 13,000 is about 26 million or 20. It's actually 26 million naira for your upkeep in a year. Okay, our cost of living is higher than Nigeria. But you can imagine that. So if you pay school fees with about 800,000 and you give the children 2 million naira for their upkeep, every child will be owing you 2.8 million every year. You know what will happen? This is Nigerian government. This will happen. The student will now pay 800,000 per school fees. That money is more than enough for the Nigerian university to make money, improve on standard, and even attract foreign students. You can't get it wrong. The lecturers will be well paid. The brain drain would have stopped. In fact, other lecturers will be coming to Nigeria to come and lecture, adding to our brain, our knowledge. And in that case, you'll be graduating students that are worthwhile. And guess what? When these children start to work productively, because they will have a quality education like we have in the UK, then they will become productive. And in the process, they will pay back. Slowly, as in the UK, they say they pay 30 pounds a month. Is that too much money for you? You that have enjoyed all this money. Are you not happy to pay back? Imagine everybody paying back now. Then the money go back to the same wallet, which you have been giving out to people. That is how you run an economy. The question I asked Tinubu is, how much are you giving these kids? What is the system? Who is monitoring this? Who is working on it? Again, now learn from Obasanjo. Obasanjo did something right in that model. He monitored it. He followed it up. He didn't sit down at home. He didn't say, I'm in Natural Rock. He monitored it, sir. Are you ready to monitor your own? Because if the money going to those bloody universities are now being paid, are now well managed, I'm sure there will be no problem. They pay school fees. So Listen, the case of Nigeria is amazing. I won't be surprised. I was just thinking, I'm just guessing that about 5,000 students might be in a university in Nigeria. About 5,000. 5,000 times 500,000 is how much? Is that a poor institution that cannot pay itself? You see, what? Oh, shit. You see, we're in problem. Our problem can be solved. And only we can solve it. The Nigerian education system alone can regulate itself. Either in the UK, they will bring a regulatory body. No! Don't bring regulatory body. Let the president be directly involved. If you want to work with the regulatory body, you see, and another thing I want to bring in is, that's why I brought this. And the Apostle Tinubu for the hands here in that little video. The penalty of corruption is death. It's only money or you die. It's only money, you die. Because that's the only way you're going to stop it. Because you cannot afford to kill others. And you guys don't even know you're killing people. The money of a state you've kept in your pocket, you've murdered so many, and you don't even understand it. You are so stupid not to understand how many people you've killed. And you think you've killed nobody. And if you're going to clap for you anyway, they're going to dance with you. They are stupid anyway. So what kind of country are we? Is it the country that is hard to manage? No. Is it the people? No. It's the again and again, the government failure. Not only that we choose now to be midwives, we don't even have a little bit of monitoring to ensure that when we put our money, that the money comes back. Only a fool will put the money somewhere. That's why I said in a marriage, before you marry, ask if this woman can help you to manage your finance. Otherwise, what's the point in marrying her? If there's no money, the bedroom is dead. Though. Because there's no money. If you want to touch your wife, you say, I beg, I'm tired, I'm not in the mood. She's broke. The day you give your girlfriend some big amount of money now, the way go open the thing for you, you're not going to believe. She's happy. And so you're going to make her help you to make the money. Make sure she's the type that can help you to make the money. So all of you can be happy in the bedroom. Exactly what we do. Before we pick on a leader, Nigerians, it's not about who is from my village anymore. It's not about who I know, but who can manage our resources economically. I'm not talking of politics, because there will be no politics. The politics is linked to economy. And by the time we have enough money, then we'll have the power to speak and live well as a people. It's not going to happen any other way. Nigerians, I know we want to live, we want to believe in things, we want to go to church and pray about it. That's what we do. The church will not flow if there's no money. That's why when I talk here, they say, how are they going to run the church? Okay, so you now know that the church needs money. The same way the government needs money. The same way the society needs money. How can Oboriwori be throwing your money? The 40 billion that comes to Delta State, where is he spending it on? On which business? How is he managing that money? That's the question I'm asking. Mona Noves. Fubara, you're back. The money that is coming from oil, bro, how are you managing it? Akwa Ibom, fine boy. How are you managing the money? Do you just spend it on infrastructure? And the question is, what kind of infrastructure, sir? The last time I heard, the most important infrastructure I can think of anywhere in the world today is I will imitate God. Can we go back to the Bible? In the beginning, God said, let there be light. And there was day and there was night. That's the beginning of creation. For those of you who have read the Bible and you are now going to your governor to construct road, I know you say God begin construct road before he begin put light for the earth. So if I was thinking that the most important infrastructure will be to give us light, in Nigeria today is the only country that's still in darkness. That's to tell you our eyes are closed. How can we see? Close your eyes, whether you can see anything. Now my eyes are closed, I see nothing. I don't know where I am. Wow. What I'm saying is, we don't have leaders. Not because they are wicked. You can see the testimony of Obasanjo. So Obasanjo, a wicked man. Was he not a great president? But actually, he wasn't. The monumental failure of Obasanjo's government is not because of his intention or because he's a bad man, but the way he managed our resources. A wife's success in a home is not about how beautiful, how you can perform in bed. It's about how she can manage your money. I won't marry any woman who cannot manage my money. I won't do anything with her. She's a waste of space to me. I'm not going into that marriage. Very important, my brother. For young people, this is the number one thing you must consider. Because when there's money in the home, all the trouble will disappear. Let me tell you this. Any home that there's no money, it can never stand. Keep praying. Keep telling God. But let there be no money in that home. It's a failure already. It's failure on arrival. But when there's money in the home, I said, by the time your wife knows, say, take this money, go and do this, go on shopping. Before she comes back, even if you go and come back, you don't mind. Like I normally do, I'll carry them and go church on Sunday, leave them for us. You don't give them enough money, you can then go and misbehave. She never care where you go come. She has enough money to spend. She's not uncomfortable. But you need to help that. You need to tell that wife now to help you to make the money. So let her be the one that can help you manage the money because you cannot manage it alone. That's where it comes to the Nigerian state. Our choice of leaders, in our listening to them, we don't ask about their economic potential. What has this man done before? Why do you think Obasanjo was frustrated? If Obasanjo had an idea, if Obasanjo was a businessman, the first thing he would have done is not to call Dangote, is to not say, you minister, you say you are from the private sector. He said it all in this video, that his minister was from the private sector. So why is the minister not running the business? We don't have money to do it. Ask Obasanjo for me. Don't Nigeria have money to run the factory? Why it is good to give to Dangote? How many factories can Dangote do? How many? Now he made 5 million. You call that a success for a country of how many of 400 million people? Yeah, come on, man. Let's be serious. If Dangote was able to do it, Boa will not be there today. And again, now, even when I'm blaming the government for all this, because I blame the government, and the government goes down to the elites who have actually served in the government, who have made a lot of money from the government. Because the only reason they call on Dangote was because he has money. Those of you with money, what are you doing with it? Now, only hotel you they build. Okay, well, all the money you make, what have you done with it? Odoa, where are you? You don't be like village man now for your village. Where is the money you stole? You know you stole some. Not true now, bro. You know. And make laugh. Make pretend like say it no happen. Yes, it's the thing we would like to say, but you know the truth, bro. I'm talking to you as a family. Where's the money? Do you need that money? Now, I'm not even angry with the money. Like I said on my show on Saturday, I'm not angry that you made money. But sir, can we use the money now to build nation? Because Dangote uses money to build the nation. And he's still building the nation. He has moved on now to set up a refinery. I'm looking for Ibori. I'm looking for this other one in Tompolo. You know, these Shekiri people are not even they see one of Nayele. That one when they dance, they carry big rapper, they misbehave. When it is the time to fight, it will begin fight. The question is, the three of you, between you, Ibori and Ayele, you say Ibori and your papa, why don't you people have a factory, a refinery in Delta State? They swear for us. That is our comparative advantage. Refinery or fishing. Delta State will be known for fishing, and River State, who can do fishing more than us. I know Akwa Ibom is doing some. Hey, who can do it better than us? These riverine people will not be waste of space. And I can identify people who have made money from government in these areas who are completely wasted. They are completely wasted. You guys are waste. And you will remember that decrease. Because tomorrow you will come back to what I'm saying now. Today I'm annoying you. But tomorrow this pain will hit you more. Because you're going to end up making a lot of money that's going to become a problem to you. It's already a problem. Because one government will come. Look at, I started with Wike. He's now a very stupid man. Wike would have been an asset to the area. If Wike now make a lot of money, we know, okay, even if you steal money, I always say money does not belong to somebody. But can you invest it, Wike, in Nigeria, in your state? Maybe have a fishing thing and get the government to work with you. Because the government of Nigeria is blind. All Nigerian government can see is oil. It gives actually those of you who have made money from government opportunity to use other area. You don't need to go to oil now. But all of you are going back to the same oil. Win election, go back to the same oil. But you have money now. You're stolen a lot, sir. Why don't you invest it and make money? Because there's more money in other aspects of the Nigerian economy than the oil. The reason I know is why the Chinese coming. Why are the British still there? They're not coming to take part of your oil money. The British is there with Shell. What is Shell doing? Shell is taking oil. Even if you were able to take oil and sell, that would have been something. None of these people have one single business. Not one. Not the cost to this generation. Count all of them from Odili down to that Rotimi and then to Wike. Come to Ibori, down to Odwan, down to what's this other one? This one when you like Kwashoko and all like Okowa. All of you. And the question I said to you now, but if you like, join the queue. See, all of us go die, will come out. But tomorrow, the pain of what I'm saying now, it will hit us. It will hit us maybe when we cannot change it. When I watched Menasu Society, he said I wanted to deal with that food someday, but now it's too late. It might be too late, sir. We don't want to get there. We can still save the country today. Tinubu can do a turnaround now and say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to just wait. I am the president of Nigeria. Now I'm going to make Nigeria work for us. I'm going to set up factories that will make money for me as a government. I'm going to set up farms that will make money for me as a government. The last time I checked, President Tinubu, Holland is making about 100 billion from export, agrico. Holland get land passwords. Then what can they do that we cannot do? Our food will actually be organic. It will sell more because our own is organic. Their own is not. How can Holland compete with you? Holland is, in fact, you are not buying food from Holland. Artificial food. Whereas you could have grown organic food and sell to the rest of the world. We are a big disgrace. And the way God did it, He gave us so many minerals, so much minerals. Oh my God! Maybe even if you go to your land now, like I said, under your feet is so much gold, so much, my brothers. Whereas you are only waiting for oil money, you're waiting for the next election so that you vote person in. That little man, that little aerophile, all he can see in his life now how to win God presidency so that he can manage oil. May God punish all of them. What kind of human beings are you? You are evil. You are demonic. You are actually destroying yourself. And by extension, destroying us. We have to stop these Nigerians. We need to call on these leaders. It's a big thing today. Let them stop only chasing oil money. Let them be mothers now. Because oil is what is making them. You know why you chase oil? Let me say, the only reason they are fighting to become president is the money in the presidency. If there's no money in presidency, they will not go there. Don't be stupid. The only reason you're fighting to be president is there's so much money in presidency that you're going to spend. That you're going to spend some of your people spend on your school. That's why you see them now. Everybody talking to you today that's claiming to be your friend. They want to go to House of Rep. They want to go to the Senate. They are going there to collect the presidency money. And how much is it? It's money coming from oil. The money they are spending there is money coming from oil. But the question I'm asking you now is, here will come and take this oil from your land. We'll go and make money and give Nigerians some part, which you are not sharing. That's why you are killing yourself. Don't you think you can be part of that oil drilling and make money? Look at Dangote. Is Dangote in government? Why can't Ibori after some time now be no more looking for be president, be in government, be now an entrepreneur? They do us. Now question I ask, more than no verse. Can we move? Can we move, sir? If you see all of them, they will only set up things like television station, hotels. But I don't want to bring quality money, television and to launder their image. Hey! If they go into oil and gas, that's the one they go steal. In fact, do you know, even as little as filling station can make you money. So, if not within the cheaper oil part of it, only the cheaper oil part of it, but you are not, your wallet is so deep, you stole all this money. You know, you can be like, you are better than Dangote. You'll be comparing yourself with Dangote. Dangote is most of their friends. The people I'm talking about today, them with Dangote, they eat together. As Dangote, they grow in business, then they grow in politics. May God help us. Listen, I'm going to try and end the show quickly because I'm going to say things that all, you know, that's what I do. I offend people and then they hate me more, and I hate people and they hate me more. And now I'm really, really, really sad because now I've created too many enemies and I'm very, very sad. But I don't know what option I have. I don't know what option I have. I'm not saying you should be killed like the Chinese people did. Otherwise, sometimes you deserve that. You deserve death. But that's not good for us. But we can change. We can turn these things around. We can choose to be modest now. The Nigerian government can choose to be modest. Borivori can get up from his fat stomach, stupid commissioning of roads into building industries for the state. You know, I watched the, I don't want to go there. Yeah, because it's my own. I watched the commissioning, the free trade zone in Kwale, and I was impressed. And the language I heard, hello, now talk to me. How many of those people that are going to set up company in that free trade zones are from Delta State? How many of the companies are owned by Delta State government? You are sick. So we have already enslaved ourselves again. The essence of free trade zone is not only to attract foreign investors, it's to empower the locals. Now, how many people in Delta State have the money to go in there and invest? I started by analyzing our loan system. Not be my fault, too. Now, what I see now talk, more than no verse. See, I'll continue to bring these kind of things to your ear so that you can wake up. It's not rocket science. The people you're talking to, they are not stupid. You know, for people like us that have seen good things, you can't be tricking us with rubbish. Whitney Houston said in that movie, if you're good used to being treated well, you can't go back to bullshit. Nigeria as it is, I cannot go back to bullshit. I've seen the Lord's goodness. I've seen his mercy and compassion. I can't go back to bullshit. So I'm going to end the show by going back to the rhythm that brought me into the show. You understand? And this is a very important one. I want Nigerians who are watching me to always learn from this. All right? Let me take this video back. You see, what it is Nigerians were in darkness. And the reason it is all these things is happening to us is because we choose to allow darkness to reign supreme. If we want to move out of it, we can, and we're going to do it ourselves. Nobody's going to do it for us. And it's always go down in this music. When I listen to the music, when he said, "You are a fool," I am not a fool. I am a soldier. I have integrity. So I want you to change it to yourself. I am not a fool. Somebody telling you, the government is saying you are a fool. Tell the government you are not a fool. That you are a citizen. You have integrity. You are knowledgeable. You have integrity. You are a Nigerian of caliber. You have integrity. The only thing you need from the government is enabling environment. Enabling environment without finance. How is your enabling environment going to help me, Tinubu? Oborori, how many of your enabling environment has empowered how many debtors to own a play business? Do you understand the language enabling environment? Because one, the people in data state don't even have access to finance. So no matter how good your idea is, it's going to die in their hand. The question is, why are you not even showing them the example and engaging them? Because there's something they can offer you. You see, something happened in that Obasanjo Dangote saga. Dangote have the experience. Opposition need that experience. And that works for me. So many people are good in different areas. Engage them, Mr. President. Engage them, governors. Make them work with you. Not work alone. Let them work with you. Let the state have 70%. Let that man have 30%. He's bringing in his knowledge. Let him run it. Partnership with you. And the thing is, it's a state owned. It's not his own. It's not your own. It's the state owning in partnership with him. Any attempt is death sentence. Let me repeat that one again. Any attempt is death sentence. That's why let's go back again to this one. Yes, sir. I am a soldier. I am a Nigerian. I am not a fool. I am a citizen with integrity. Come on. Now we can talk about. I am not a. I am a citizen with integrity. Come on. That's what I end it. I am not a fool. I am a citizen with integrity. Come on. Anytime they ask you, let them know that you are not a fool, that you are a citizen with integrity. You are a Nigerian with integrity. And you know what you are talking about. Tell them they are mismanaging your money. The money is not there. And we can do this turnaround. And we'll all live in a great nation. That is where I'm going to end the show. Thank you very much for joining me. I know I'm annoying for many people today. And I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, when I will bring in another interesting saga. Again, what I'm doing is I'm just opening our eyes. I'm doing this. It boils down to one thing. I've never been able to say anything without seeing the fault from the government. Even with the best of intention from Obasanjo, you see the failure. Because, and that is the only reason why we're where we are. Had Obasanjo go into manufacturing, because Obasanjo government was only privatizing everything, making money, making Atiku very rich. Atiku, you fit you in and go to jail. God will bless you, but you are in prison. You're already in prison. You're already in prison. Because the prison that God kept you now is more than the one you're going to keep people. Look at yourself. Look at the way you're doing yourself. Sir, we can do things differently. I love you more than you need. Those people praising you are your enemy. They're your enemies. The enemies of you today are the people praising rubbish. Let us come out and build a nation. Let the new Nigeria not be built on only trying to go back to government. Can you people, those of you who have even made a lot of money from the government, can you become Dangote, sir? Sirs, madam, can you become Dangote? The money this woman stole, the one from former petroleum minister that couldn't even set up a refinery, the money is stole. It's more than what Dangote is using to build refineries now. If it is true, allegedly, and I will call use allegedly because I get the law. Yeah, they come for me. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Kris. I'm the annoying man that you don't want to see on the money any day. Thank you for joining me. We'll do this again tomorrow. We pray that our government at a point in time will choose to become mothers, not midwives. Thank you very much. Bye for now.
Find your sanctuary in the heart of the city. Live the life you deserve in an exquisite apartment. SRTV Luxury Shortlet Apartment, Lagos, is a place where your comfort is rest assured. Welcome to SRTV Shortlet Apartment, part of the prestigious SRTV Real Estate family. Why choose us? Prime location, nestled in the heart of Lagos, close to key attractions, business hubs, and vibrant nightlife. Modern interiors, fully furnished, stylish apartments designed to provide the ultimate comfort. Luxury redefined, vacation perfected. 24/7 security. Enjoy peace of mind with round-the-clock security and CCTV surveillance. Top-notch amenities, high-speed Wi-Fi, smart TV, air conditioning, fully equipped kitchen, and lots more. Perfect for business travelers, family vacations, romantic getaways, special events, and more. Book your stay today and experience Lagos like never before. Call +234-8143-582856 or +447-4388-93190 or email us at realestate@superiorradiantelevision.com. SRTV Chocolate Apartment, where comfort meets luxury.
That is either we reform the judiciary, which is allow INEC to be under the judiciary, or we need a world police to police us.
Okay. Kris is
because the activities of our politicians is becoming